a good one. I love a good deep crankbait.
Oh my, that's an absolute pig. What a pig.
There we go.
Yes, look at that. All right, so it's another beautiful morning right here in Lake Baccarac, and today I've got the privilege of fishing with Brandon Card from Tennessee, Bassmasters Elite Series Pro. And so today I'm hoping to do one thing, and that is learn from him. He's been killing it so far this trip. So we're gonna start off with a little topwater?
Yep, a little topwater. My goal for the day is to catch a PB. My biggest one is 912. Hopefully we beat it today.
I thought he was gonna say PB and jelly, but we're going big bass. So here we go. All right, Brandon's got a big one on top water.
Didn't take long, did it?
Nope. This is awesome, man. We've been fishing just for a few minutes this morning, and Brandon is already on, showing why he's one of the top pros. This is awesome. This is the Tennessee in him coming out right here.
I love topwater fishing too.
Woo!
Heck yeah, Gary.
Woo! Look at that right there. That's pig. Hogzilla.
Got him on the Yozuri 3DB pencil. My favorite topwater bait.
Look at that, man. It's not too often that you get to fish with a bass pro who's making his living on the tour and watching him work his magic with a topwater lure. This is a big bass. This is a Lake Baccarac piggy.
There we go.
That's a start to the day right there,
Heck
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
Very cool. So technique, what were you doing?
Well, just walking that 3DB pencil. You know, every day's different. Some days they want it going really fast. Some days they want it going slow. And so the last couple of days they really wanted it going slow. So that's kind of what I'm doing, just slow walking that thing, just twitch. And man, he just came up and annihilated that thing.
Awesome, awesome bass, baby.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Attaboy. There we go. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
Dude, fish on, baby. Brandon's running the camera for me. How cool is that right there?
Hooked up.
Hooked up, little topwater, early morning, decent fish. Here's what's fun about this. Brandon teaching me some techniques on his cadence. And that's what's cool when you get to fish with a pro. They're gonna teach you something you may not have tried before. This morning it's been about the cadence. This is a good...
Just slowing it down.
Yeah. Dude, now he's leaving town. Look at that, dude. Just hog pulling right there. Woo! Running a small popper and small trebles. We'll see if we can get him to the net. And he's, that's a decent little 4-pound fish right there. Nice little 4. Grab him out. Try not to get impaled with the hooks. Oh, look at that right there. That's a 4. 3.5, 4. That's probably my 3rd or 4th cast right there. And I got Brandon, Bassmasters Elite, running the camera for me in Baccarac. How cool is that? We'll get him on pop. Poncho's Silvano's undoing some line for us. Get some pliers. Awesome. Look at that right there. How cool is that? All right, we're just gonna turn this old Hogzilla loose. Gone. How cool is that? All right, here we are. Next cast.
Hooked up again.
Brandon is hooked up again. Nice fish. Nice fish. See, now Brandon does it like a pro. He's gonna swing him to
I got it.
He's gonna swing him to the wide side of the boat here and get him out of my line.
I got it.
Here he goes. He's gonna swing him up and in.
Yeah, we just
Ooh, that's big fish.
flip him in here.
Look at that, dude.
Nice one.
What do you think, 3.5?
Yeah, just a solid topwater fish. I'll take it.
Woo.
Coming up and eating it this morning.
Yeah, they are.
Literally every cast.
Silvano's got us on the fish, baby.
There we go. Let's turn him loose.
Very
About
nice.
another day. Love it. It's your time. Like, we're trading blows literally every other cast. We're hooking up. It's a lot of fun.
All right, I'm on, man. Coming up. Gonna try to jump. Feels like a decent fish. Swimming the Yamamoto hardtail. We're out here fishing this flat and getting warm. He wants decent fish. I think we're looking maybe 3 pounds, but I'll take it, man. Ooh. These fish are so strong. They are awesome. I'll tell you what, this has been a blast so far with Brandon Card, man. Check this out, we'll get him in. Look at that right there. So the hardtail, absolutely an awesome bait. I want to grab one and show it to you. I want to show you what we're fishing. That's the Yamamoto hardtail right there. It looks just like a shad of some kind, and we're just putting it on a jig head. I'll show you the jig head real quick. So I'm just swimming it on this jig head. All I'm doing right here is just threading it down, coming back out the body, get it nice and straight. That's the hardtail right there. That's a deadly bait from Yamamoto. Here's another hardtail fish, solid 3. Look at that right there, on the hardtail. That is, boom, here we go. Look at that right there. That's a 2.5 on the Yamamoto hardtail right there. That is a deadly bait. It doesn't matter where you are. Any part of the country, that is gonna catch big bass. It'll catch trout, it'll catch pike. It's a killer bait. Send that bad boy back. Gone.
All right, I'm hooked up. I thought I was on the bottom and I had a fish trying to jerk my bait in.
Okay.
Trying to jerk my rod in the water. Now we got that fish off.
So check this out. Brandon was helping me film. I had a fish. Brandon was helping me film. I had a fish on. Brandon's crankbait rod almost got jerked out of the boat. He laid the camera down. It was total melee and chaos. And his spit his crank, but check that out. There's a solid 3, and that was on the Yamamoto hardtail.
Yeah, I thought I was hung on a rock, and so I just put my rod down, and sure enough, a fish took it off the rocks. Almost jerked my rod in the water. That was mayhem.
Dude, that's awesome. That's Baccarac fishing right there. That's what it's like when you're fishing with Brandon Card, man. It's chaos, fun, and awesomeness right there. All right, let's get it done. Here we go.
Let's double up again.
Boom. Hey, fish on, man. We're back out on this flat, and Brandon and I have just been whacking them. I've got a pretty solid fish here. We're throwing swim baits, and this is on the Yamamoto D shad right there. Look at this fish. Solid fish right there. That's on the Yamamoto D shad on a scrounger head. Just on the bottom, it just wobbles along, wobbles along. I'm gonna show you this fish here in just a second. Check this bass out. There we go, that's a 3. Solid 3, he absolutely ate inhaled the D-shad. That's such a great bait by Yamamoto. And he's in the gill plate, so I'm gonna need pliers, but there you go. Solid 3, D-shad, Yamamoto, Lake Baccarac. Fish on, baby. Another fish. We're multitasking. I thought it was a big one, but it's still got some power. Yeah, we're probably looking 4 pounds. We'll see. On the hardtail. It's just been destroying them. Oh, that was a 3. 3 on the hardtail. Unbelievable. That is awesome. All right, Brandon's on a Senko bite. Got a fish coming in.
Yeah, they're biting about every cast. Just Neko Rig and a Senko. We got the new colors. I'm throwing a June bug with the blue tail. Oh no, he ain't very big.
It's hard to tell right now, though. We got to see him, man. Look at that. That's a gorgeous fish. Gorgeous fish right there.
Yeah, little 3-pounder, but this is the new color. We got a June bug with that blue tail. Brand new color out. These fish in the dingy water love this color. Y'all got to check it out. Hey guys, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Brandon Card. I just want to walk you through my Neko Rig setup. We've been catching a lot of fish on a Neko Rig today, and it's a pretty simple deal. So you start out with either a 5 or 6 inch Senko. This is the new June bug blue tail. I love this color for dingy water. Put just a little O-ring on there. I've already slid it up. And then, so basically all you do is you take a number 1 VMC Neko hook, put the hook in just right behind that O-ring, then take a 3/32 ounce tungsten nail weight, just stick it in the head of that Senko. Push it down to where you can't see it anymore, and basically what happens is this Senko will fall down, and since it has that weight on the nose, it stands up, and then you're shaking that tail, and the fish can't stand it. And the whole key with this Neko is just kind of do short little shakes. Just make that tail dance, especially with that blue tail. They can see it, you know, from far away, and then that tail's sitting there dancing. They'll come in, zone in on it, and go ahead and eat it. There he is. Oh, I missed him. That one didn't hit it as hard as the other one. Just kind of loaded up. There, he's got it again. Yep, came back and got it. That's something too that y'all need to keep in mind is if you swing and miss, those fish still want that bait a lot of times. So you can just let it go right back down to the bottom and catch that fish. So that's exactly what I did there. Not a giant, but it's just fun catching these fish about every cast out here on a Neko Rig. Throwing that new color by Yamamoto, having fun.
All right, Brandon's on.
Yep, I just tied on this this Tokyo Rig 7-inch Senko. Caught a few fish on it already. There we go.
Woo!
That's a nice one. Man, you think you wanted that?
Look at that, dude. That's awesome. Look at the bubble eyes on that.
Yeah, what's the deal with the bubble eyes? Look at that. But dang, I mean, as soon as I felt a bite, I set the hook and he had it deep. But I'll show you all that Tokyo Rig here in just a second.
It's a great example. It's warm. Just kind of give that fish a minute and boom, down she'll go. Okay, Tokyo Rig.
Yeah, so basically got a 7-inch Senko here. I dipped the tail in JJ's Magic, the chartreuse dye. But what separates this different from the other rigs out on the market is basically it's kind of like a drop shot, but it has a metal leader here. And I always put 2 weights on it so they clack, so there's a little extra noise there. I got 2 1/4 ounce tungsten weights there and just a 5/0 hook. And so, you know, like a lot of people will say, well, why don't you just throw a drop shot? Well, this pivots freely. And so with the drop shot, the weight's on your line, so it doesn't swing out. This will actually swing out, so when you lift your rod, this weight will swing out and then the bait will follow. And so just that action is very enticing to the fish, and it's just something they haven't seen. So y'all check it out, Tokyo Rig.
What do we got?
Getting on them again with this Tokyo Rig.
Woo. Big fish.
Nice one.
That's so awesome. We just came out
There
from
we go.
lunch.
Literally.
First cast.
This is my first cast. Your first cast was a 5-pounder. This is a little over 5. This may be a good spot.
This could be a good spot. On the Senko Tokyo Rig.
Yeah, 7-inch Senko, the Tokyo. Nice one.
That's a beautiful bass right there.
Man, they fight so hard here too. It's incredible. I love this place.
That's a beautiful fish.
Go on back, buddy.
All right, so Brandon and I are now out on this point. Brandon has been running the Tokyo Rig with a 7-inch Senko, and I'm running a scrounger head. And they're basically just working this big flat right here, catching big bass. I'm running the D shad. Check this guy out. Look at that right there. That is a beautiful Baccarac. That's a solid 2.5. You know, we're working through these fish. We're gonna end up getting our PB 10-pounder. But look at that right there. Dude, I'm telling you what, I love this because I'm fishing with a Bass Pro who's got all kinds of cool tips and techniques. And if you do what he's been suggesting with the Yamamoto baits, you're gonna catch more fish and have more fun. We've just come out from lunch, and we've hit this big flat. We're casting out to it. My first cast was a 5. My second cast right here is looking more like a 6 or 7. And Brandon's first cast was a 5 pushing 6. Scrounger head. Look at that. That's a fatty right there. Oh, what do you think of that? Right there, that's incredible. That is an incredible bass right there. 6. That's a solid 6-pound fish right there. That is so cool. We'll put this old fat girl in. They are feeding, man. Let's see if she's gonna give you a tail whip. That's how we do it. All right, so Ryan has just thrown out an Alabama rig. It's all loaded up with Yamamoto baits.
I think I may have 2 fish.
You think you're doubled up?
Yeah.
Oh, he is, look. He's doubled up on an Alabama rig.
There we go, baby. That is sick.
Right there, check that out.
So we got this fish, which is the biggest. Just a solid chunk. We got this one. Get that out. Oh. Catching them 2 at a time, baby.
2 at a time.
An Alabama rig. I'm gonna toss these fish back. I'm gonna show you what I'm fishing with here. We got the new Zocco swimmer, the paddle tail. So this is our Zocco paddle tail. Just came out. Perfect size action for an Alabama rig. I've absolutely smoked them on this thing this week. Great bait if you guys like throwing single swim baits or on an umbrella rig. Y'all got to check out these Zoccos.
All right, man, I've hooked up again. I pulled out one of my deep diving KVD 10 crankbaits, and it's that citrus blue. Got a good fish. Ooh, good fish right here at the boat. Look at this. Oh, this might be bigger than we think. Oh my! We're talking 6 or 7 right there. Woo! We gotta weigh this bad boy. This is a good fish. Be careful of those trebles. Be careful. We're gonna get the scale out. We're gonna weigh this sucker. 7, we'll say a little bit of breeze. We'll call it 7-3. 7-3 right there, man. That's a behemoth. Look at that right there. Woo! 7-3, baby. All right, Brandon's cranking off the back of the boat with his Yo-Zuri crankbait. He's got him a nice fatty. Look at this, that's a great fish. On the Yo-Zuri crankbait.
Another good one. I love a good deep crankbait.
Oh my, that's an absolute pig.
Well, usually when you're fishing offshore and the fish are schooled up, you can just kind of burn it and just get it going really fast, and then maybe pop it once or twice, or either stop it. And that is what really triggers a lot of bites, is getting it to deflect off something and then kind of pop it and it'll veer off to one side or another, and then they'll just react to it that way.
Another beautiful fish, another solid 4, 4.5.
Yep, love it, man.